Hi, I'm Dani Louise Smith, the Queen of Business Organisation, and I'm a business coach, mentor, and author. And in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about working on your business operations to streamline your processes. And I get a lot that this is something for businesses further along. Yeah, I guess it is. And this is the reason why I have two different one-to-one packages, because you've got the business owner that's just starting out that needs to work on the foundations. But then you've got the business owner that needs to work on the business operations and look deeper. However, my book kind of does a mix of the two. So you're welcome because it's going to be a really affordable way to dive into kind of it's like a free course in a book. But I wanted to I wanted to touch base on this in what's involved as part of that. So what business operations are and what areas you need to look at when you're working on this. So yeah, let's dive right in. So business operations, there are a collection of routine tasks and processes that a business performs to generate revenue. So the tasks that you do to generate income into the business, and efficient operations make the most of a company's resources, reducing costs associated with day-to-day activities and increasing the output. So you want to obviously reduce your expenses, keep them quite low while maintaining a high profit and making sure that you can deliver. And that's priority for anybody, right? Any business, because you want to be able to get your service out there and deliver it, but maintain a profit and keep your costs low. And so generally, there's 6 functional areas of your business management, which involves strategy, finance, human resources, technology and equipment, and operations. Therefore, all business should concentrate on researching thoroughly, understanding these areas as they relate to you as an individual business, right? So let's talk about each of these areas. So first of all, we've got strategy. I said 6, there's actually 7. There's insurance, risk management as well. But 7 areas we're going to look at today in order to operate and streamline your business. So we've got strategy. It's one of the most important functional areas of a business because without your strategy, how are you going to be able to navigate things? How are you going to, yeah, it's so important. Like, in essence, it's how you be organized, it's how you show up in your business, like, is having a strategy, but it's how you deliver. And having a strategy is not just posting on social media, it's absolutely not. And so you really need to think about how you actually do show up for your business in different areas, in all areas. In fact, exactly not in the areas I'm going to walk you through now. So you need to be looking at how your business functions in a strategic level, but also on a finance level, because if you don't manage your finances well and then operating, working for your business, then they're obviously going to be against. So you might be spending too much, not getting a return on investment, and it can kind of spiral and catapult. And actually, one of the biggest reasons that businesses fail is because they don't spend enough time working on research and development, but also there's no budget, there's no process when it comes to managing finances. So newsflash, if you've not worked on those 2 areas, definitely give them a go because it's going to make a difference to the future of your business. The third thing you want to be looking at as a functional area of your business is marketing and sales. So obviously, marketing is the act of sharing what your business does, what you've got to offer in order to generate the sales. And a lot of the time, content comes as a big part of marketing because everything we do is we put content out everywhere in order to market our business. So if the message is not right, which is part of your strategy, part of your strategy needs to be about, looking into your brand, who you are, what you do, who it's for, target marketing and all those stuff that are so essential that basically a strategy is the foundation of your business. It's a fundamental. And without that, the marketing is not going to be effective. And as a result of that, you won't get the sales. So they do definitely come hand in hand, marketing and sales. But then you've got production and operations. This is like navigating how you're actually delivering the service. So when I say delivering, it's not like, delivering a physical product, or it can be, but if you're in a service-based business, then you want to actually think about how you are getting and delivering your offers to your clients. Like, what's the timestamp on that? Like, how often are you going to be working with your clients? What does that look like? Navigating how you're going to operate that. So how many hours do you spend with your clients? What happens between sessions? What are you actually giving to them? Because if you look at these factors, if you look at these features for your business, that's going to help you operate better in terms of time management, investment levels, and all those things that come with production and operation. Then you've got research and development, which is so, so important because, like I say, not enough businesses spend time researching in order to develop the product or develop the service. Research is fundamental, absolutely, because what you can gain from research is actually learning what it is that your target market want, need, and desire, and communicating it with them, serving them. Because what you might find is you may think, oh, this is an amazing product, this is an amazing service. Go out there and create it and develop it, but actually, without doing the research, it's not what people wanted, and that's where you don't get the results that you want. So it might be that you do the research and you then end up changing the service that you're delivering based on your findings. And this was literally like a basic. When I did my business enterprise course, we looked into this. We talked and looked at the different types of research you can do and why. And I remember at the time thinking this is so boring, but now I get it. I get why it's essential, and I do it when I launch services all the time. I do research first. Then we've got employment and human resources. Now, this might not apply to your business if it's just you, but if you are thinking about outsourcing at any time, and this could be hiring a VA, then this is where it is going to be fundamental. But also, it might be that you might want to outsource in terms of elsewhere. So it could be like childcare, it could be help from your husband, your partner, your wife, it could be anything like that. So how you are using the resources available to you in order to operate your business better. So one example is like my husband's a really good resource for me. Like he does, like if I, for example, have an appointment and it runs over the school run times, I can sit here in the office and do it, and he'll go get them from school. Or it could be that he's cooking tea while I'm working. It's like it's kind of that as a resource. Like, what do you have access to that can help you operate your business better? Because as a byproduct of kind of, I say outsourcing, but him doing that, it means that I can be where I need to be and show up for my business so that I can then dedicate my energy to it, work on what I need to, where I need to. So resources that you have available and allocating them and giving them their place makes a massive difference. And then finally, insurance and risk assessment, because the last thing you want is for anything to happen that's going to negatively impact your business. So obviously, then this is essential. You want to make sure that your business is insured, and insured where? Like the typical ones are insuring places like an office or buildings or contents, which often 10 times if you're working from home, more often than not, it will be covered in your home insurance. Now, this was actually a challenge for me. Do check. Do make the effort to go and check, because we struggled to get business home insurance that covered the premises of like business as well. So I had to research a bit on that. Shout out to go comparethemarket.co.uk or whatever it is, like Compare the Market, because I was able to find insurance when we moved into our new house that covered contents, including business as well, including my business stuff. So that would meant like if we ever got broken into, my business stuff would be covered and I could replace them and claim them. But then thinking about as well, like if anything else happens, what would you need to protect and insure for your business to keep running? So for me, it's my laptop. I actually broke my laptop this year. I'm so clumsy. My laptop was really expensive. It's the most expensive one I've ever had. It was £900. It was a really good investment. I put it on a payment plan a few years ago, thinking, you know what, it's going to last me ages. I dropped it multiple times. It affected the charging port. I went to the shop to get it repaired, and it was just playing silly buggers, and it just started working. So the guy didn't believe that it didn't work. And then I dropped it again and again, and it smashed. In fact, it was still turning on, but I knew it was about to completely go. So I ordered a cheap one offline because I didn't have insurance. And the cheap one arrived, and luckily it did, because it has completely gone. I actually have just kept it for a prop now, which has come in handy for like photo shoots. But yeah, I've insured my laptop now. Lesson learned. So what do you need to insure? to make sure that you can still keep running your business. Like if something happens to my laptop now, I know I can make a claim, and I did it through D&G, which they just will send out a new one, or they'll see if they can fix it, and then we'll go from there. So actually assess the risks to your business. What risks are there that could stop you showing up in your business, that could stop you being able to do what you need to do? Assess what they are, and then think about if you can action anything as a course of management to stop those risks from happening. There's definitely an area that I would look into and think about. So those are the 7 functional areas of your business in terms of working on those operations to streamline your processes. But there is other ones as well that I want to share. Things such as navigating like client onboarding, having automation, definitely processes that I believe are essential, because without working on automation and client onboarding, you're gonna just be using way much more time than you need to. So for example, if you come and work with me in one of my programs, you'll get an email like, here's your contract, here's the dates of your diary, here's the next steps. It tells you what you need to do. So then as a client, you're naturally onboarded with everything in place. Like there's nothing worse than signing up for something and not having anything in place. I've been through this before as a consumer and it drives me insane. So I'm really passionate about delivering that efficiently. But then secondly, automating that makes it easier, because if you're working with clients and you've got a lot of one-to-ones, you've got a lot in a group program, which is what I do now, and they're all coming back and forth like contracts, dates for your diary, what's this, Dani, what's this, Dani? Be really overwhelming. There'll be loads of messages while you're trying to be on client calls, while you're trying to do your admin work, while you're trying to do your planning, your content, and all the things that we do. So think about what you can automate, which will streamline how your business operates. So think about the processes you can put in place. Simple ones are email marketing or content scheduling. Like at the moment in time of recording this episode, I'm about to go on holiday. And so I know, in order to be visible, that today is my window to schedule content while I'm on holiday, so I can still be visible without being there. Because that's actually really important to me, is that my business can continue to be visible. Of course, 1 week away won't hurt, but I've got goals that I want to meet, I want to achieve. So for me, it's really important to make sure that my business is still visible whilst I am away, and so that nobody will ever know, because we actually don't have anyone staying at our house this time. So it's really important to cover that. And if you're watching this back and thinking, why should I have said that on this podcast? Well, by the time this podcast airs, our holiday will already have been, so we're good. We're good. But yeah, definitely think about how automating things in your business through scheduling and email organization, email marketing can add processes to your business that will help streamline it and be efficient and productive and get you towards those business goals. So that's everything I wanted to share with you today on working on your business operations. Hopefully you'll implement and take some value away from that. As always, let me know, reach out, let me tell me what you got from this podcast, but also let me know what you'd like to see coming up on the podcast, because there is going to be some changes in 2025 and I cannot wait to implement those. So I will see you soon, and I'll see you in the next episode.